Welcome at JLH. We are here in our testing center where we demonstrate and show all of our machines for our customers, and today we are going to zoom in a certain specific model. The next machine in the row of the semi-automatic machines, our H-TEC series, is our H-8070T TEC. So T means basically table moving. It means that the table of this machine is moving. 8070, very logical again. 800 millimeter in the width as capacity and 700 millimeter in the height. Very useful for cutting blocks or big solids with a shorter diameter. You put it on the bed outside of the sawbow area, as well as on the front side for unloading, as on the inside for inloading, for infeed. Looking at the construction of the machine, it's based on the H-700 Pro, on the automatic machine. If you want to see more, click on the link in the video of the H-700 Pro. That's a fully automatic machine. This is a table moving semi-automatic machine. The construction is always the same, double column construction. Because it's a large size semi-automatic machine, we have a big column on the right side with a very heavy duty cylinder to support the complete frame. And on the left side you see the smaller cylinder and also the big square rectangular full material guide for the double column type to guide the frame up and down. So it's a double cylinder machine. The two cylinders are synchronized. When we look at the construction of the arms, fully welded, constructed with 15 millimeter plate guide arms on the right side as well as on the left side. When you zoom in, we have cast iron guide inserts. So this is cast iron guide inserts which is manually settable. When you look on the vices, vices are also constructed steel, so welded construction, no cast iron, welded construction. It's a different principle because the table is moving underneath. So you see that the construction of the vice is going over the table, and that vice is the movable vice. This vice is the fixed vice. So that vice comes in, and the moment this vice is moving, it takes also along the arm on the left side. So the operator never needs to think about where the arm is positioned or not. No, it's going automatically in and out together with the position of the movable vice. Zooming in more to the guide seats, we have a 54 millimeter blade, tungsten carbide inserts, 1.6 thickness. Sorry, forgot to say, it's important because we have two varieties of that blade. Carbide tungsten inserts on the front and on the back. Again, manually settable because it's bigger insert, manually settable with two manual screws. And on the top, a carbide swing principle pressure block with two carbide rollers, one on the front and one on the back, as well as on the right side as well as on the left side of the machine. When you look on the left side, you see again the big vibration damper, eccentric rollers. No matter what, they make sure that the blade is well guided inside the carbide insert and also catches the vibrations on the blade, as well as on the in-feed side of the blade, but also here on the out-feed side of the blade. Next, we are going to move slowly to the back of the machine, and we're going to show you also the movement of the bed, front and back. On the back of the machine, I've lowered the sawbow just to show you again the 11 kilowatt motor, which is needed for an 800 millimeter billet. The recognizable JLH gearbox, directly connected behind the drive wheel. The huge cast iron sleeve around the big column. Again, the cylinder up close, the main cylinder up close. Here you can see that again the screw type chip conveyor, which is hydraulical. Behind this service door and this service door, those two, you can see, you have the coolant pump, easy to service. So you take away this cover, take away that cover, and you can see immediately the coolant tank with the coolant pump. And here you can see the level of the coolant that is inside to refill or to change. Then I want to show you a little bit the back. It's a bed moving machine. So you see here that we have a remote control. With that remote control you can control basically the saw bow to go up and down. More importantly, also the front vise to close and to open. But also the material, you can easily bring the sliding bed to you to put the material on the table. It rolls over carbide, or let's say hardened guides, with a wheel, and also a cylinder that is attached to the front that pushes basically this bed more in. And with this machine you can have a lot of specials. You can make the bed longer, you can make it shorter if you want. We have rollers to the front, rollers to the back. So if you have an application, semi-automatic needs 800mm, 700mm round material or above, or 800mm in the width or above, just ask your local sales rep or your local JLH sales office, EMEA, APAC or USA, and ask for more information. So there's a lot of possibilities with this saw. We've made a lot of specials with this saw, but just to show you what are the possibilities with this machine. So again, yeah, this comes along in the package. So the remote control is standard, so you can easily infeed and outfeed the material. It's a semi-automatic saw, so CE wise, fence wise, it's a little bit different, regulations are different, and it's also depending a little bit on how the saw is placed, where the saw is placed in the customer's premises. We're moving over to the hydraulic part of the saw, that's on the other side, and then slowly we're coming back to the front on the electrical cabinet. I've taken off this cover. Underneath this cover we find our hydraulic system. It's a closed circuit, so you see here the hydraulic tank, refillable with the main cap, the hydraulic motor with the pump, and also the fan to give some cooling to the hydraulics. And here you have the 24 volt manifold basically with our JLH valves included with status LEDs the moment that you see things working or not. And on the front side you see the main gauge, which is basically used for the main pressure. So again, very accessible. That's very good for service and maintenance, or to do some checkups on some defaults. And it happens in machine world, defaults. But very important is that it's very reachable, accessible, and easy to analyze. We're moving now to the electrical part again, where we're going to show you again our standard manufacturing way of the electrical cabinet. Electrical cabinet, main power on and off. When you open it, you see we didn't use a separate cabinet for the inverter. The inverter is in the same electrical cabinet because it's a semi-automatic machine. We have a little bit more space. We use Innovance for this machine. So it always comes back the same brands over and over again. So the inverter, brake resistor, everything nicely labeled, like every respectful manufacturer should do in the machine world. So you can find everything back in the electrical schematics. We use German components, most of it, And if it's another component that we use, then it's always from a manufacturer that you can find all over the globe to exchange the parts very easily. So yeah, nothing more to say about electrical control. So when you move up to the top of the machine, we find here the electrical panel, always the same, the light to say that there is tension or not, tensioning and detensioning the blade. So when you need to change the blade, you push these buttons. It's always also on the AI system or the Sawmaster system in the HMI. Light on and off. If you want the option of a laser which is suitable for these kind of applications, ask for it. We put it on in our premises all over the globe, in USA or EMEA or in APAC, or we let it come standard from the factory. Vise open, vise closed, saw bow up, saw bow down, start cutting, stop cutting, hydraulic on. And this button is for the sliding bed, so forward, backward, and slow mode, quick mode. Of course, the JLH feeding button, down feed button, and the emergency button. Again, the remote control is there for some functions like saw bow up, saw bow down, vise open, vise closed, tensioning or loosening the blade, which is very easy when you want to change the blade, and also the sliding bed in and out. And then the HMI, it's a semi-automatic saw, and it has our AI system on board. Click on the link in the video for the AI system, and we will explain you everything what it maintains.